Hey, 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 everybody. What's going on? Everybody? My co-host should be coming on real soon. She said she's going to be on tonight with me. I am so excited for another randomly speaking moment. Last week I wasn't on. I want to apologize because my grand poopahs was here, my babies, and it was the holiday, the Halloween thing, but we do All Saints Day, of course. We don't do the trick-or-treating thing like that. Haven't been for a minute, but I do allow them to have fun and like them to have fun. Hey, everybody who's joining me. Hey, Deborah, what's going on, girl? I want everybody to press like and share right now. Share, do a watch party, because we got to get our mind off of things right now, So, again, I just want to say I apologize for last week not getting on. I was busy with the babies and doing stuff with them. And those of y'all who follow me and follow my Facebook, I had my babies, So we had to do some, and that's only a piece of them, a third of them, it's like 13 of them. So, those are the ones that just live here in Maryland, the grandbabies. So I just want to say I love you guys, and I thank y'all for y'all forgiveness, because y'all ain't have to tell me y'all forgive me, because I know y'all forgive me. Things happen, not done intentionally, but I just like to say that, I am back. So press like and share, everybody. Somebody do a watch party for me or something on your page. Really, waiting for my co-host to get on, so we can do this thing tonight. And I'm trying to pick it up on my next page because it helps me. Hold on, guys. It helps me when I can be able to see what I'm doing from here when I'm on my live feed. So just forgive me, you guys. Trying to look and see, because it helps me with my page, and I get an opportunity to see what is going on my page, if I'm frozen or whatever. Okay, so now I want y'all to press like and share, because the election is happening. It's happening, y'all. They still counting. I'm like, God, how much can they be counting? The anxiety, the people going crazy. People are losing their mind. I know for one, I can't watch it. Y'all saw my feed. I went to Facebook. I went to Starbucks, y'all. My favorite place, you all. Went to Starbucks to woosah, got my drink, came back, sat in the car for a minute, and I just try not to go on too much social media, because I really don't want the stress with all this that's going on. And of course, I don't want to get angry as well. And then with all of that's going on, and we still got the COVID-19 that's out there, and I'm getting a star up under my eye. Now, back when, our parents tell us, you deny a pregnant woman, you get a sty under your eye. Sometimes we call it a star. I'm like, I haven't been around any pregnant people. We're in the COVID season, so I don't know. Maybe I walk past one in the store or something. What's up, Asia? Look at my boo love is on. How you doing, baby? How's the baby? I hope you guys are doing okay. Yes. So press like and share. Somebody needs to hear this tonight. So our topic is on pleasure, pain, peace, and pain. Now, never trade down. How many of us always find ourselves trying to help others, and in the process of trying to help others, we always wind up doing ourselves in, not taking good care of ourselves. And we make their problem our problem, and it becomes the center and the attraction of everything in our lives. And all of a sudden, we start falling on the wayside. And the things that was important to us no longer is important, because we don't have room for them anymore. We're going to talk about that tonight. Sometimes we just have to say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to stick and move, like be there and then move out the way. Because some people have so much baggage that they're carrying. They got so much going on. They're dumping it on you, and you really don't have no room in your life in the beginning. But because you want to be nice about it and you want to help people, you find yourself becoming overwhelmed and giving up the things that you really care about. And the things, and they become like, and don't mean to say this, but they become like a project. For some of us who, hey Sherelle, how you doing, baby? Thanks for watching. Everybody press like and share, please, because somebody needs to hear this tonight. We need to do something else than be watching the numbers go up on the voting. So many of us, tend to want to help people. And in the process of helping people, we always wind up giving up a piece of us doing it. We really need to check ourselves. Hey, Shannon, how you doing, sweetheart? We really need to check ourselves and to figure out what is it that we are not saying, to the other person. I want y'all to dial in tonight. My number is 240-661-7539. That's 240-661-7539. If you have a story, you want to share something with somebody, please feel free to share that story. I would love, 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 love to hear what you have to say, because we need to help somebody out there. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to share a little bit of me. And I was trying to wait for my co-host to come on. I know she, has so many, her hands in so many things that's going on. So I was trying to wait for her to come on. So bear with me, you all. She come on, she's getting in. So that's just that. So okay. So what I wanted to say tonight, I want to share a little bit of myself. Hey, my sister's on now. Sis, are you coming on? Come on, so I can let you in. If you coming on, boo love. I love you. My co-host is on tonight. I'm going to bring her on camera. Bam, here she comes. I love it when she on. We have such great chemistry on the camera together. Even when we was recording initially before the COVID happened, we don't even have to be in the same room and we just act a fool, or we could just get in the same room together. Hey, what's up? I'm just telling people about our chemistry and our love that we just have with each other. Even if we're not in the same space, we just bounce off of each other. And it's a wonderful thing when God put two women together to do a job. Amen.
Oh, amen. Amen.
All right. So before we get started, I was just introducing the topic to everybody, letting them know that our topic tonight is pleasure, peace, and pain. And trading down, And I want people to understand that some things that happen in our lives, we cause those things to happen in our lives because we don't say no, or we don't learn to say, okay, I'm going to help you here, but this is what I cannot do. And we wind up giving up a piece of us or something that we do in order to be there for that person, and sometimes we overly overstep.
Oh, yeah.
So before we get into that, I want my co-host to give y'all greetings on tonight. And I want y'all to tell her congratulations as well. She wasn't on with me the week before last and we graduated. So y'all can give her congratulations as well. And then I want her to introduce her podcast because it is hot, y'all. It's fire if you have not been watching. And Treya is too. But anyway, we're going to talk about Treya because Treya is going to be one of our guests on my show. So we're going to meet up this weekend and talk. So, Eliana, introduce your show and yourself and everything else.
So, hey, everybody. First things first, it's a lot going on in our country today, in our lives. And so I just hope that you are definitely practicing self-care, paying attention to your body, paying attention to how you're feeling, and taking a break when you need to. I'm definitely taking a break. I got my tea. We're going to just smooth into tonight because it's a lot of emotions going through me, as I'm sure they're going through you. So I'm Eliana Bullock. Some people know me as Minister L. I am a minister with my sis, and we do the work of the kingdom each and every day. Through everything that we do, we are not infallible. I just said we do the work of the kingdom. Amen. And I am also the CEO, owner, whatever you want to call it, of the movement of Her Next Chapter. And so it is a platform where women are taking back the pen and writing their own narrative of their life. Too long we have allowed other people to write the narrative of our lives, of who we could be, what we could do, what we could accomplish, or how we should even think in our own minds about our lives. And so I said, I had to break out of that. It took time. And I wanted to provide the avenue for other women to break out of it. So I have Her Next Chapter. And when this COVID thing is over, we'll have our workshops. And then I also have, and then there's that. And that's my podcast on Spotify. And it's so much fun because I actually talk about the lessons learned. Sometimes I'm talking about my grandkids. Sometimes I'm talking about my wife. But I'm always talking about me and how I'm choosing to show up in life because of what I've learned. And so, I'm learning a lot. I'm giving it to you what I've learned, not mastered, what I've learned. And I hope that what I've learned has helped you. So definitely tie into the podcast. I'm on Spotify, I'm on Anchor, I'm on Google Play. I think I've got like 20 platforms now, which is like, whoa. So people are listening to me all over. Thank you so much, sis, all over the world. And so I'm just excited to be able to talk, to put words to the work of taking back the pen to writing your own narrative. And now I am here with my sis, supporting her with her randomly speaking phenomenal movement that I know has already touched so many lives because we hear about it, so many more. She is such a pioneer in her field because she's like the first of the first. Like, you may have seen Ellen, but you ain't seen a Black woman. Hey, you may have seen all these other people, but you haven't seen a Black lesbian woman that is faithful in a marriage, that has the know-how and the background and just the foundation for talking you through what you're going through and then helping you find the answer. Because my sis don't give us the answer now. She helps us find the answer. So I'm here as her support, as her sister, loving on her and loving on you. Thank you for joining us tonight.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Sis, congratulations again. I'm so proud of you. And I would like to say, when y'all listen to her podcast and she comes on with, and then there's that, and everything within it, try to find yourself a quiet space where there's least distractions possible, because you have to be able to feel it and to get it in. Because I'm telling you, it's nothing like sitting with yourself and being able to review you. Can you imagine that? How many of y'all ever looked in the mirror and gave yourself an interview?
Ooh.
Interview
for
yourself.
That, I'm going to drink my tea.
Interview yourself and find out, would you date yourself? Would you marry yourself? Would you go to bed with yourself?
Would you friend yourself? Come on, let's tell the truth.
Would you have a one-night stand with yourself? Or would you be a keeper? You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's so hard for us to look at us. So when y'all listening to Treya, when y'all listening to my sis over here, Ileana, I'm telling you, they got some real stuff. And I follow them. I listen to them when I'm driving in the car. Sometimes at night when I'm putting my grandchild to sleep, I put my buds in my ear and I listen to that. That meditation time is so crucial and important to our lives to be able to take it in. And it's not that someone is trying to tell you how to live your life. It's someone that's sharing something with you that you may be going through, or something that may touch your life, or something that give you information to help someone that is going through themselves. So it's not all about someone just trying to tell you something or tell you what to do or tell you that you're doing it wrong. You understand? Or you're a bad person because you have not experienced that. Absolutely not. It's just sisters sharing stories.
And my sister Treya, of course, is on it. So the link is in.
Yes.
I love you
Treya,
so
thank
much,
you so much.
She has just put it in there. So thank you, girl. They Treya said, hey, girl, hey.
Yes. Amazing. These are just sisters sharing stories. You understand what I'm saying? We're sharing our experiences and what we've been through, and it's amazing. So I want you all right now to press like and share. I want you all to please write down those links, get hooked up, because support, we need support, y'all, because we're about to rebuild here. You understand what I'm saying? After all we have been through and all you have done, and all you can do is just stand and see the salvation of the Lord and let God work, but let God work with you having that support, because there's nothing like having sisters in your life. We are not a sorority, but we are sisters.
You don't get jumped in.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, none of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, and it's important. I mean, be told all of this is new territory for all of us. So sometimes you need somebody to help you find your way just a little bit, and to help you plant your feet the right way just a little bit. Because the beauty of life is, my sister and I may help you through one journey, and how about this? On our next journey, we may need you to help us.
Absolutely.
So it's not about just, giving or taking. It's about reciprocity. You always putting out, because someday you may need it back. And you need that woman, that strong woman in that space to be able to help you through. And so that's all we're trying to do, is be the conduits for this season, where you may be the conduit for us for the next one.
Absolutely. So we're going to dig into our topic right now. And our topic is trading down. You know,
Ooh.
pleasure, peace, and pain. Now, I'm going to share my little piece of story with you, and then I want my sister to share if she has something she would like to share, or an experience, or something that she knows somebody who may have went through. Now, I used to love, I'm not used to, I still do, love photography. That's my life. You never saw me without a camera in my hand. Now, when I was a kid, let me tell you what my essentials was when I left home. I had my backpack. I had my roller skates on. You hear me? Everybody in the neighborhood just call me Tootie because I had my skates on all the time. You understand? I had my basketball on my backpack. I had me some sneakers, and I had some peanut butter crackers or something. And I had a camera because that was my thing. That was where I found my pleasures in. And then I grew up, still have my roller skates in my closet. My wife been trying to send it to the storage forever, and I won't let her. You understand? I still have my camera, and I still have my basketballs in the closet. So these are the things that we carry for life. But I wind up putting down my camera because I wind up picking up other people's stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So when you start picking up other people's stuff, you let one of your pleasures go and you trade it in for pain. How many of y'all ever done that when you trade something in and you thought you was gonna help it, and it wound up taking control of you or wound up consuming you? It's like an infection, right? Like let's talk about a ringworm, right? So it's like that ringworm. It comes out, you see a little 3 bumps and everything, and then you keep scratching and messing with it, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It becomes like an infection, and you thought you went in to help it, or maybe gave it some antibodies, and it wound up swallowing you and taking you in because you couldn't say no, or you couldn't say I'm going to help you this time, and I'm not going to help you that time. The next time. So sometimes we trade down on ourselves, and then we want to know why we're here. I gave up my photography to take on other things that somebody else was dumping on me. You heard what I'm saying? And it wound up making me so unhappy in that place. And in that moment, I wound up not only helping the person, but in helping the person, it wound up affecting me and the way I moved and the way I did things, because I was not spiritually wrapped like I would normally be, because this person had constantly had a situation going on. So we wind up wrapping ourselves around pain and not recognizing it until it's too late. So this last week I wound up picking back up my camera, and I started letting go some things that didn't mean me no good. And I had to find myself back in my pleasure state. You understand? That things that gave me pleasure, the walks that gave me pleasure. You understand? My photography that gave me pleasure. You understand? So we sometimes we blame other people for us and the decisions that we make, but we have to look at what we're saying yes to. But at first, before you say yes, you have to know your limitations. You have to know if you're able to take that on and still be able to come out on top. Still be able to come out with your sanity. Still be able to come out with your dignity. Still be able to come out in a place that you were when you first started, or even higher. So we have to be careful of where we tread, because some places are not the place for us at that time, because we may not be able to handle that. We have to know how to say no. And it's okay to say, I don't think I have the ability to do that for you right now. I'm not in a place in my life where I can be able to help you like that. But I can connect you to somebody else.
That's so good. That's so good. A lot of times we don't do the extra work. And let me explain that. We may feel chemistry and like, oh my goodness, this person has got me just butterflies everywhere. But then we don't look into the compatibility. Does what this person need align with what I'm doing, or will it align with what I'm doing? If caring for this person a temporary thing that I'm willing to do, or if it's long term, I'm not, and we need to have those conversations.
Right.
And it starts with very difficult conversations, because a lot of times we want to run after the butterflies. We want to run after all the goosebumps and all of that. we don't want to have that conversation about, hey, really, I wanted to finish my master's in the next 5 years, and that's going to take a serious commitment for me. Can you handle it?
Right.
Hey, I've got all these things going on with me. Are you able to support me through it? Now, don't get me wrong. Like some things just happen. They happen, and there's nothing you can do about it because they do happen. But you do have a choice in the situation.
That's right. That's
And
right.
when you said that you pick up other people's stuff, that's the thing about your hand. You only got two of them. And that's the same thing about your spirit and your energy. It's only one within you.
That's right.
That you
That's
have.
right.
So if I pick up something, I gotta put something down. So if I pick up your burdens, I gotta put down my needs. If I pick up your wants, I gotta put down my goals and my desires. If you see, if I keep
good one.
I have space for mine.
Absolutely.
And so then I'm lost because one day I wake up and all of your needs are being met, but I'm hollow. I don't even know who I am. I remember one time, and I'm gonna tell you guys my story. It was the chemistry and all of that was great. Never had the necessary conversations. 10 years and a marriage later, 3 children, we shared 2 children of my own. I didn't know that I didn't like coconut. You know why I didn't know I didn't like coconut? Because she didn't like coconut, so I never tried it. Come on now. It can be that serious. Yeah. I didn't know who I was. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't recognize that chick. Because me was gone. I was so busy picking up stuff. I put down so much of me, there was none of me left.
That's right.
So after leaving that relationship, I had to find myself again. And I had to find myself in my 40s. Like, and that's hard.
It is.
Now, mind you, you bring to you what you are. I was broken, so I brought a broken relationship. But this is the kicker. We repeat cycles until we learn better. That wasn't my first. That wasn't my second.
Right.
That was my third broken relationship because I was broken for 30 years.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so as I kept picking them up, even if I had a minute in the middle and I found out that, I wanted to photography. I didn't want photography, but I liked to paint. I wanted to paint. Well, as soon as I picked them up, that went down.
That's right. That's right.
In between. I'm going to school. I'm excited about going to school, but I picked you up, so I put that down.
That's right.
So, you get to that place, and sis, you're right. It's like an infestation, and that it just it consumes you at a point, and then you just don't know what to do, and you feel helpless and hopeless. But like the greatest thing that I could do was I started to say no.
Yeah.
I realized that no, it was a complete sentence.
It was
my answer, and it required no discussion or apology.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
No. Right. And not even out of arrogance, out of compassion and love for myself. I said no. No, I can't do this. No, I'm not doing that. No. And then, the beautiful thing is I stopped saying I can't. I just said no. Because people will say, well, you can do it. And see, sometimes they don't want the answer when you're growing. Because I'd say back, yeah, I could. But I'm not. And at a point, you have to pick up all your stuff.
That's right.
And you got to sit in your stuff. And you got to figure out some things that you outlive. Like, I ain't never going to be a cheerleader. It's a little too late for that. Those things that I put down for other people, I got to put some things away. But then I need to dust off my dreams. I need to dust off my passions. I need to dust off those things that brought me joy.
That's right. That's right.
How do I implement them now? And you're absolutely right, sis. Sometimes you do it without knowing you're doing it because you are not living your life consciously. You are unconsciously walking on a road and letting things happen to you. That is not how you were created. You are not created to have your life happen to you. You are created to do what brings you joy and bring your life along with you. It is not supposed to just happen to you. No one else's life is supposed to happen to you either.
We're supposed to make life happen. You understand what I'm saying? It's like buying a blouse and seeing it looking good on that mannequin, but know that when you put it on, it's gonna look good on you. So you have to make whatever it is that you're doing. You have to make it look good. You understand? You have to make it look good. It has to come alive on you. But if you try it on and it just don't fit and it's uncomfortable and it's too tight, you got to get up out of that. You got to walk away from it, just like we put on a pair of shoes. How many of y'all spend 2 hours trying to find a pair of shoes, the right one, whether it's shoes, sneakers, boots, whatever? We have to take just that amount of time before we decide to say yes to anything and anyone. Somebody call you and you're in the middle of going somewhere or hanging out with your boo or whatever, you land in bed. So, girl, I need you so and so. Come. I'll get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that right now. But let me get back to you with an answer. Sometimes we're so quick to say yes that we don't think it through. We don't think it through. And then when we put ourselves in a bind, then we want to blame everybody, or even we want to blame that person who we went to help.
Yeah.
Because we did not consider our options.
Yeah.
Or what was going on. So we have to make life work for us, everybody. Sis, you are so right when you said that sometimes you wake up and you like, who are you? Mm-hmm. You understand? Who are you? Because we had lived somebody else's life for so long. You understand? Yeah. We've never lived our own lives. So we have to, don't trade down, y'all. If you're going to transition, if you're going to move from one space to the next, make sure you're getting better and better and better. Stop trading down. I want y'all to do this for 30 days because I want to say this because I don't want nobody to jump off before we leave on it. And I want everyone to do a 30-day challenge. And the challenge is, what do I get out of this? Is it a transference or not? So before you do something for somebody, you have to see what you're getting out and what is coming back in. So I want you to get a nice clear jar, a vase, or whatever it is. See, money motivate me. What else is my motivation? Coffee motivates me. Starbucks, y'all. So get something that motivates you, because when you get something that motivates you and something that is tangible to you, you'll be able to work towards it and you'll work hard at it, and it won't be something that is pretend. So I say, either you're going to get coins, quarters, you're going to use $1, whatever. Get you a nice clear jar because you need to be able to see it. Me, I'm a see person. I need to be able to see it, feel it, hold it. I need to make sure that it's mine and it's real for me. So get a jar, and every time somebody, just start in that jar off empty. I want you to know that. And every time you're doing something for someone, I want you to fill that jar with something, whether you do it with a coin, $1, a marble, whatever it is that makes you happy, whether you're putting in Starbucks gift cards or whatever it is for you, because this is going to be for you. This is for you. This is a 30-day challenge that's for you, because you need to know what you're giving out and what you're getting back. Does it equal? If it doesn't equal, you need to run, because it's not healthy. You understand? So if I'm going to do something for my sister Ileana, I'm going to give myself a gift card, or whether it's $1 or whatever. After the end of the day, if I had built something back from that and she had given me something back from that movement, then I'm going to also put something in. You understand? So you're giving something out. So I'm going to take something out of it because I'm going to give this to sis. But at the end of the day, I need to start seeing something happening here. I need to start seeing something that's filling up on that, because sometimes we give out so much of us, but so much is not coming back. And after the well runs dry, what are you going to do? You can't get water from a rock, right?
Well, it depends on the rock.
Yeah.
Depends on the rock.
Absolutely. So we have to be able to see what, I like that. We have to be able to see what we are giving and what we are not. And then at that end of that 30-day challenge, count up how much you have and how much has came back to you. And I'm saying, because we have to fill us back up. Yeah. We have to fill us back up in some kind of way. You have to feel that, because when you're not filled and you're not, empowered, and you don't feel happy and you don't feel comfortable in yourself, you're going to start looking for love and looking for relationships and looking for friendships in all the wrong places, just so somebody can help fill you back up. Mm-hmm. And it may not be the place that you need to be in. Absolutely. It may not be the person that you need to be with. Yeah. You understand? It may not be that thing that you need to be interested in and giving all your time to. So see what works for you. Whatever you're giving out, see if that works. Whatever's coming back in, see if you're being filled back up. And it doesn't have to be the same, because I'm giving 2 and I'm getting 1 back. I'm at least getting something back from it. Yeah. You understand? If you're losing a little something, that's fine. But at least if you're getting something back, you can say, oh, wow, this is working here. This is working for me. You have to be able to fill that cup back up.
Yeah, you do.
You have to be able to fill that cup back up.
And the other thing, I think I would add a layer to what my sister's saying. Ask yourself why. You need to know the why to why you're doing things. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know, it may not make me look good, and I'm good with that. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I'm doing this because I want something back from you, I shouldn't do it.
That's right.
If I'm doing
That's
it
right.
because I need to manipulate you into being who I want you to be, I shouldn't do it. If I'm doing this to show you a person that I am not, but I know being tells me not to, I shouldn't do it.
That's right.
So the
That's right.
first thing and see, you can pay attention to yourself. Your body does certain things. Okay, let me tell you what it does. You start shallow breathing. Okay, when you really don't want to do something, you start shallow breathing. You can't do the deep breath because you start that shallow breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to that. When you start feeling tense, when you have the tension in your shoulders after somebody asks you to do something, pay attention to that. When you start losing your appetite, when certain people come around, pay attention to that. Like, you have to pay attention to how your body's responding, and then you have
Right.
to ask
Right.
yourself,
Right.
okay, what's going on here? Why am I feeling this way when I think I want to do this, but I don't feel right? It's because you don't want to do it. You
Absolutely.
don't want to do
Absolutely.
it. And you need to
Absolutely.
figure out why your mind is telling you to do something your spirit has made clear you are not to do.
I love
And
it.
so
I
you
love
gotta
that.
start asking yourself, why am I? Because I know all those years had I asked myself, why am I doing? I was doing it because I wanted to be the person that person wanted me to be, so they would want me because I was broken and I needed to feel needed. That was the whole thing. So for
Absolutely.
10 years, I'm trying to make myself so valuable to someone that they would make me feel needed. Can't nobody make you feel needed. Nobody.
I love that.
The person you need is the one that's in the mirror. You need her or him.
Yeah.
That's who you need.
Yeah.
Or
Absolutely.
however you want to call, whatever pronoun you want to use, that's who you need. Everybody
Absolutely.
else is like the whipped cream and the strawberry. It's just something good on top, the cherry. It's something good on top, but it's not the meat of it. And we have to ask ourselves, why do we do things? And I think sometimes you're not going to be able to give it words, but when you can say why you don't want to do something, but you can't say why you do, that's enough.
That's it. That's it. And that's your answer. You understand?
Yep.
That is your answer. And sis, I'm glad you said that, because not that you're getting something back, financially or anything from that person. When that person said that, you know what? I took your advice, or I followed your steps and I did this. That's when you
Yeah.
give yourself something in that jar. You understand?
Yeah.
Because then you would know if that person is taking advantage of you and taking advantage of your time and your respect, and all those things like that. Then you would know that that person is taking advantage of you. If I come and I say, sis, we're going to move, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then at the end of that night, if I feel that goodness in me, if I feel that, oh my God, this is worth it, sis got this done, sis was able to do this, you benefited from that. That person benefited from that help. You understand? But when you feel like you said, that nudge and say, I don't think that it's right. It's right. It's right.
Trust it.
Don't second guess
Trust
it. Don't
it.
second guess it.
Trust it. When that gut feeling happens,
Absolutely.
a whole lot of people, you sit there and question, well, I don't know why this don't feel right. I don't care if to every other person walking this earth, it seems absolutely correct. If your gut tells you something's wrong, follow it.
Don't do it.
Because see, it's that one time. It's that, like I watch, I love watching those crazy TV shows where the woman says she met this great guy and everybody said he was a great guy, and then he ends up, being a terrible guy, but she felt something. Now everybody told her he was wonderful, but she felt something.
Yeah.
Everybody said they saw him with his other kids and his wife before she passed away, but she felt something. Now the show I'm watching is snapped, because not only did she feel something in her gut, she felt something upside her head a few times too. Because she didn't pay attention to her gut.
Right.
Right. Women, and I'm speaking to the women now. I know maybe guys want to just gotta speak to the women for a second. We were given a womb for a reason.
Yeah.
It's where life comes from. That's where life is formed. That's where life is matured.
Yeah.
Before it could be in the world. So when that space that is near your womb tells you something's wrong, that's at the genesis of it.
Exactly.
Listen to.
Good one. I was about to say that, because we have those mother instincts, and we also have those instincts that make you think that it's a feeling that you get in the pit of your stomach that no other man can ever get. Us women get that. It's like a pit in the middle of your stomach that you feel, and it's like it cannot be calmed or eased. until you make that decision not to, if that's that decision for you not to do it. You know how people all your life, your parents tell you that something told me not to do it. Girl, that ain't something. That's the spirit moving in you, telling you not to do it. That's the spirit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what the spirit is all about. And you don't have to be religious and all that stuff like that to have that spirit move within you to tell you, oh, something, oh, I feel, oh, your stomach start cramping. You just don't feel right. And that's when you know that that's not the place you want to be. Don't trade down, y'all. We have to stop trading down. We give up so much of our value of ourselves. We are worthy of everything, and we give some of our worth up to trade down to help other people and allow us to put us in a place where we are not comfortable any longer, or we don't feel good about ourselves.
And that's the point. When you're saying trade down, I just want to say this because I want people to hear. My sister's not saying the person that you're doing it for, you're trading down. My sister's saying you're trading down to a lesser you.
Yes, absolutely.
So do not trade down to a lesser you for anyone. That's what she's saying. So, I don't want anybody out there thinking that we're saying people are less.
No,
she's
not
saying,
at all.
don't trade down to a lesser you to serve someone else who's greater than them. We don't do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely not. We have to know our worth and how much we are valued and how much we have, how much we are to each other and how much we got going on in our lives. You understand? We have to be able to look at yourself. And I said this to everybody, give yourself an interview. The same interview that you give everybody else. Go look in the mirror and give yourself, sit in front of a mirror and ask yourself those questions and answer those questions. You understand? It's very important for us to sit with ourselves, and answer those questions. If you answer no to some of those things, whatever, you have to evaluate who you are. You have to evaluate who you are, and it's okay.
Sis, tell them. If they can't sit with themselves, who's going to want to sit with you? If you can't sit with your own self.
Yeah, say, I'm not ready. So don't stop jumping into relationships and say, I'm not ready. Know then when you're not ready. When I got out of a relationship that I got out of before I got married, I was by myself for over a year. I was by myself for a year, and people try to holler at me, inbox me, DM me, or whatever, talk to you in the street. And I'm like, hey, honey, how you doing? Yeah, oh, can I get your digits? And I'm sorry. I'm not ready. Yeah. I'm not ready. I just got a relationship 6 months ago. 6 months ago. People think that's so long. That is not no time when you're working on you. Come on.
Yeah.
That is 6 months is nothing when you are working on you. Absolutely. Sometimes working on you when you get out of something that you done stepped or walked into that's had so much defect on your life and who you are. 6 months is the walk in the park. Try 16 months. Okay? Sometimes you have to sit with yourself for a very long time to get you to find you again.
It takes 10 months.
It takes time.
To truly process the growth of a baby in your body. That's a new life. If you are walking into a new life, you at least need to take the time that it takes for a baby to mature in your body.
Absolutely.
You need at least 10 months. I would say a year. A lot of people say for every year you've been with the person or whatever, you need a month. I think you need a little bit longer, but if it takes you 10 months to mature a baby in your womb, if you are birthing
I like that.
Give yourself at least that much time. At least that much time. That take you through 2, possibly 3 seasons. And it's important to see yourself in seasons without the burden.
Yes.
It's really important. Because you look real different in fall when it's cold and you don't have nobody to bundle up with, but it's nobody there. Then you sit there in fall and you don't have nobody to bundle up with and they sitting right there.
Exactly.
It's a whole different ball game.
And the crazy thing is that when you're getting out of different relationships that you have been in and you sit with yourself for a while, I decided that I didn't like myself very much because I had just put on so many clothing or so many attitudes and so many different things that person was carrying just so I can make them happy or fit into their space. I changed who I was initially. So when you get out of relationships that you changed who you were to be with that person, you have to undo so much stuff.
Yes.
And you don't want to go back to who you were before you met the person. You want to be a better you. You want to, you want to boss up, right? They say that, right? You want to boss up, so you want to get yourself ready for your next blessing. Then you want to talk to God, or your higher power, or your higher being. You want to get in touch with that person who you worship, or who you talk to, or who you think that is going to help you. That your conscious. You understand? If you ain't got the spirit, you ain't talking to God or something else, you need to get in touch with something within you. Grab a hold of something within you and say, listen, we ain't doing this again. So we got to get this right this time. You have to be able to talk to yourself. And, and I think a lot of people, when I used to work in DV shelter, when I was in New York, and a lot of women can't sit by themselves.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing, to really sit with yourself. And you have to try to answer all the questions about why you did this, or where you are and where you're going and who are you and what do you want and what do you see yourself as. You understand? Yeah. And it scares them because they felt that they had moved so far from who they are that it's not familiar to them, the person that's sitting in front of them. And I used to ask a lot of women is, what do you want? And it scares them because no one ever asked them what they want, because every time you turn around, somebody was going upside their head. Or they was talking down to them. They was being abusive. We have to sit with us. Ladies, please give yourself a fighting chance. Give yourself a fighting chance. You can't be broken all your life. You can't find yourself in a broken space or a depressing space from relationships, whether it's intimacy, whether it's an intimate relationship, or whether it's a friendship. Whether it's a friendship, whether you have these besties that you call yourself having, and they are draining, and they are taking, and they are spilling over in you. Yeah. And it wind up changing the person that you are, because you're fighting so hard to help them. You're losing you. You trading down, yourself. So that's what we're talking about. We have to get in touch with us. And I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all some music for your soul right now. I could just hear the organ playing and, and the harps playing. Because at the end of this, you have my sister Ileana, you have Treya on here that speaks life into us all week long. We just have to get onto these podcasts. You understand? Because we only want to help. We only want to help. And I know somebody on here tonight that is going through. Somebody on here tonight, I can just feel energy. And I just want to tell y'all that I'm feeling it. I'm not going into any, not going into any spiritual realm or anything. But I can just feel energy. And if somebody on here heart is just crying because they are in this space and they are hearing what we're saying. You have to really, really know who you are again. Know who you are again. Because you're losing sight of who you are and losing touch of who you are, and you're mad at the world. But the decision was yours.
It is. It really is. And for those of us who may have always been attached or needing to be attached to unhealthy people, who have been broken since childhood. Because some of us have been broken since childhood. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it wasn't ever a good relationship in our lives. For those of us who have been broken since childhood, you still deserve to have that life that is fulfilling. You still deserve to have a life when you move on purpose. You still deserve to have the life of your dreams. Now, even if you got to figure out what those dreams are, you still deserve it. And it's nowhere you can go as long as you're still breathing, that you don't have the opportunity to write that chapter in a different way, to do something different, to really get to know yourself. And, one of my podcasts recently was we got to sit in our mess. We got to, and by
I love that one. I love that.
Yeah, it was, by sitting in our mess, we have to kind of look around us and see everything that's in, and we got to find something good in it, even if the good is just it gave you enough strength to walk away. Yeah. We've got to find it. We've got to learn from that.
Yeah.
We've got to learn from our mess. Because see, the thing about mess is it's a creep. And you know how kids say, you a creep when you won't leave them alone. That's what your mess is. It's a creep.
Absolutely.
When you
Absolutely.
deal with it, it's gonna keep coming for you over and over again. And we gotta sit in our mess. And actually, you know, it is liberating when you sit in it. It's more
Mm,
liberating running from it, trying to hide it or disguising it as love when it is not.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
not.
Exactly. And you know what, sis? You said a powerful thing. Even in your mess, your mistakes, your hurt and pain, you learn something. You
Mm-hmm.
learn something. Get the lesson out of it. If you're gonna get
Yeah.
anything, get the lesson out of it. Because
Yeah.
you don't. When you get the lesson out of it, you won't continue to keep going to it
Mm-hmm.
over and over again because you're learning that lesson through it. You know,
Yeah.
not saying that you're not going to stumble over it and you're not going to start and begin to. Have you ever walked down that path? You're like, oh no, I've been here before. This is too familiar for me.
Yes.
Oh, let me get back. No, stop, don't. You know, your body tells you all of that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is too familiar. I'm just not going to walk in it. It's very
Yeah. I've been
important for us not
before.
to walk in that. You
Yeah.
understand? And we got like 15 minutes before we get off, sis. And I'm going to ask you this. And I want y'all all to take this quiz real quick. I'm going to ask you, sis, what is your pleasure?
Mm.
What is your pleasure?
My pleasure is when I sit in my space of peace. When it's not connected to doing anything for anybody else, but I'm just sitting in my space of peace. Now that may look different on some days, but it's just being in my space of peace. Like I don't have thoughts running through my mind. I don't have obligations to
I
anybody.
like that.
Just in my space of peace. And
Mm,
sometimes it's, you know, I'm a minister. Sometimes it's writing a sermon. Sometimes it's
mm,
reading, but
mm.
sometimes it's reading a book, a really good book, and just getting into a different place. Sometimes I'm a shout out to Trey and Deborah, and I don't care if you close your store or not. It's sitting still, meditating, listening to the
Yes.
wick in the candle, how it pops, and
Yes.
I just listen to
Girl.
it, meditate. Oh man, that peace is like no other. It's just my
Yes.
peace. It's sitting in my
Yes.
peace.
Okay, so what is your peace?
My peace is my thoughts, being able to walk through them without feeling ashamed, being able to walk through them without feeling inadequate, being able to walk through them and don't feel like that I'm less than and I can't. So when I walk through my thoughts, they're like my dreams, they're my accomplishments, they're my failures, they're my challenges. And I like play them over like a tape in my head and I kind of explore them. You
Mm.
know, like like it's I'm going into a new room. Let's go through this room. And that's my peace because I get to walk through them. Because in my peace, I put a lot of things to death that need to go to death.
Yeah.
And then I give
Yeah.
some things life that need life again. And so it's really just walking through the thoughts in my head. So it's always a quiet time for me. And that's where I'm sitting in my peace. It's in my thoughts.
Now you know I'm gonna ask you this. What is your pain?
Oh, my pain is walking through life not being connected to what I'm experiencing because I don't want to be
Mm.
there. That
Wow.
is my,
Wow. 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 Wow.
yeah.
Wow. And you all, and I asked my sis this because she's gonna ask me this. And this is an individual thing. This is not about people. This is not about your relationship. This is about you. And when we are not able to ask ourselves these hard questions, things are about us. I know for me, I feel lost and overwhelmed because I can't find that space to talk about me or
Mm-hmm.
either allow myself to be honest with me
Mm.
because I've been through so much. And you've been putting on this facade and this second face for so long, when you're really
Yeah.
trying to look at who the real you is, it scares the heck out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not able to be honest with your true self
Mm-hmm.
because you've been faking it for so long. So these three questions are about you. So if you're able to ask yourself these three questions, make it about you. Don't make it about anybody else.
So, sis, give me the three questions. I want to type them in the chat.
What is your pleasure?
Okay.
What is your peace?
Mm-hmm.
And what is your pain?
Got it.
And that's all those 3 questions you need to ask yourself.
Okay, sis, it's your turn.
Ooh,
So, what is your pleasure?
my pleasure is like reading, walking, my Starbucks by myself,
Mhm.
spending I love spending time with me and my camera walking because I capture so many beautiful things and I'm able to go back and view them later. And what I do when I view them later, I figure out what space I was in when I took the picture and what I felt at that time. And it helps me because when I take these pictures, I print them out and I'm able to go back and it's like my diary. You know, it helps me to build my diary in myself to know how I feel, what I'm feeling, and why I'm feeling this at this moment.
Mhm.
And those are my pleasures, just me. And I love any place where there's water. So anywhere where there's water, you will find me because water gives me clarity and I become basically renewed after spending some time with me because there's nothing there that can take away from you and who you are because it's just you sitting with you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
those are
that's
my
good.
pleasures.
That's good. So now, what is your peace?
I find my peace in God, number one. Um, and my peace is even when, like you said, sis, even when you're writing your sermon,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
even when I'm going over things in school,
yeah,
and when I'm
yeah.
able to read the books that I'm reading now and that our professors are introducing us to, I'm
Mm-hmm.
beginning to being awakened more. And when I'm learning, see, you're not too old to learn anything. So
Mm-hmm.
when I find my peace in reading a book, matter of fact, let me share something with you. Sis, I'm about to go here. Let me
Oh,
share this
get it.
with you guys. Our professor challenged us to read this,
Yeah.
and I got this book, Black Lives Matter. And
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, to read the stories and to read things that happen. I mean, it wakes you up and it makes you
Mm-hmm.
think that, oh my God, this is really happening. This really had happened,
Yeah.
and where are you in that? Those are where I find my peace at, finding clarity in other things.
Yeah.
So I just love reading. I love knowledge. I love learning something new. And
Yeah.
God, that's where I find my peace in.
Awesome. Now the one that's most vulnerable. What
Mm.
is your pain?
My pain is not having control.
That's good.
That is my deepest pain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I my pain comes with my feelings of not being in control.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because a lot of times we don't have control over death and things that all of a sudden hit us. And when I become in that space and I'm not in control, I become it hurts. It hurts me a lot. And I have to find time to get away. Either I go
Mm-hmm.
to a hotel by myself because I don't need people around me because I don't want to lash out at someone or be in a space where some because of my bubbly spirit, when I am in my downtime, I
Mm-hmm.
think people think when I come to my downtime and I'm quiet that I'm mad or something is wrong with me. And a lot of times they don't know how to take me. But by you keep asking me what's wrong or you touching me to try to give me a hug or whatever, that puts me not in a good space because I need to be able to feel that pain and I identify with that pain and be able to soothe myself,
Mm-hmm.
before I let anybody in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
my pain is not being able to control what I'm feeling and how I
Yeah.
feel. Yeah.
That's powerful. I get it. I get it. Now the thing about your pain being, and I just want to dig a little deeper. The thing about your pain being not able to control, we have a life to live,
Mm-hmm.
and in that life there are other people. that impact our lives. And we don't have control, no matter what we want to believe, we don't have control over it.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you get from your pain to your peace when you don't have control?
You know what I do? I have to find myself in a place of acceptance.
Mm.
Because this is me. I'm gonna go through the motions. You know, like the 7 steps of grief. You go through that. When my brother passed, all of a sudden, massive heart attack, my sister died of an aneurysm, all of a sudden, I didn't have time to process that. So when it hit me like a brick house fell on me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I had no control. My emotions were shattered.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, because for a person like me who always like feel that I need to be in control, I need to be able to help people, I need to be able to do this, I need to be. But 911, when this 9/11 happened, I was there in New York. They had called us down because we was first responders and everybody, therapists, counselors, social workers, whoever, to come down to help aid people. So therefore,
Right.
Because I didn't have time to think about I had family work in Manhattan. I had time to think about it. I wanted to be there to help people. So I was being utilized during that time. But during that time of my brother's death recently, it hit me like a brick. So I had to go through those stages of grief and, blame and shoulda, coulda, wouldas and all that stuff before I was able to rationalize with myself to allow it to be okay, to allow it to be a peace. I had to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
And I was okay after I came to terms with that. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to allow yourself time to process that pain. Yeah. And a lot of times we want to just move from something happening and then I'm all right, I'm all right, I'm all right, but not being able to deal or sit with that moment.
Yeah.
And when I sit with that moment, sometimes I'm better off sitting by myself than with a room full of people. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's just how I work. Know how you work and operate. Know your limitations.
That is it.
Know how, because I can tell people I need a moment. Mm-hmm. But if I'm going to go in a room and you're going to continue to keep nagging at me, I have a problem with that. So allow me to go and be by myself and don't be offended. Right. Because I'm telling you, I need to do this. Yeah. I have to sit with myself to be able to process this, to be able to move on. So when I'm able to move from pain to peace, then I begin to find pleasure in some of those things that hurt me. And say, and now I'm able to say, oh, remember my brother did this. I remember my brother did, because a couple of months ago, I didn't want to remember anything. It was hurting me to look at his pictures, to hear his voice, some of the videos I have. So I had to deal with me. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think that it's a bad thing. When you have to move away from them to deal with you. It's not you. I tell people, don't make this about you. Right. This is about what I need right now.
Yeah. And I think that's what hurts people the most, because when you've made them your everything, and when you need to go to a place to take care of yourself and it doesn't include them, they somehow feel like they're slighted. When in all truth, they should have never been your everything.
Right.
But, you have to treat. And see, Sis, you and I, we always talk about how we're the same in that respect. We're going to step away to process. I want to sit there and make you feel good about me stepping away. I'm not going to.
That's right.
But I'm going to step away because I need to process this. And if at times that process means I'm processing the dynamic between you and I, the best thing you can do is to let me do that.
Yes.
Because if you don't process, I get frustrated and I get angry because you're denying me my basic right of being with myself. And so now I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
You need to leave me alone. Give me my space to process. And like my sister and I, you guys may not know, we at a time we were going for walks together.
Yeah.
They really were therapy sessions, but nonetheless, we go for walks together. And in the walk, we would literally take laps having not spoken to each other.
Yep.
Because we'd be processing. And then we say a couple of words, and then we take more laps and wouldn't say a word. Like we're walking side by side, and we wouldn't say a word because we're processing. But we could allow each other that space, and we allowed it because we love each other with our hands open.
Yes.
My sis can do and be her greatest self, and I don't have to be involved in that.
That's right.
Because
That's
I love her with hands open. And when you work on yourself and you start healing, you realize that's the only way you can love.
That's right.
Because anything else is controlling. And we really need, we are not, we have adverse reactions to control.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about another show.
Yeah.
But she
yeah.
has really adverse reactions to control.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what, sis, you said something so important, guys. Before we get out of here, I just want to say, you know, ask yourself those 3 questions, write them down, and have those talks with your significant others or your friends and different things like that. Please like and share this. You have to respect people's time that they need to rebuild or heal, you know, or transition from one thing to the next. And don't be offended by it. You know, those of y'all who are married and who have significant others and stuff like that, you have to allow them that time without being offended about it. You know, and if they say that, it's okay to allow them to be, so they can find something. You know, when I went into my thing when my sister had passed and stuff like that, my sisters went through 2. My family went through 2. Even when they text me and I did not even call or text back, and I sent an emoji of how I was feeling or a thumbs up or whatever it was, that is our signal to let each other know that we're okay. We're still alive and well, but allow us to do what we need to do. You understand? So sometimes don't ignore your family. You know, when you're going through that, don't ignore them when they are checking in on you because they're doing it out of love. Just send a thumbs up or okay or talk to you later or a heart or something to let them know that I'm still in the land of the living. Keep praying for me. I'm working it out. Yeah. God is working on me. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you're going to be better for it. You're going to be better for it, you know? Yeah. So, sis, you want to say any last minute words before we get out of here tonight?
I think this was a phenomenal topic.
I think it was too. And I'm
yeah. This is needed by so many, including us. We need to remind ourselves too. I just want everybody to just go back and listen to it again and again and again, and work through it.
And like and share.
Yes, because even like I always say on my podcast, if it's not for you, it might be for somebody else. So share it.
Absolutely, and please, everything that Treya put inside the feed, with following everybody who, if you got a new business coming out, if you guys have whatever you are doing and you want the world to know, I will announce it on my show. Actually, I will bring you on and allow you to announce it. One thing about me, I am not a sister stopper. You understand what I'm saying? I don't stop no sister from doing what sister got to do. Do your business. If I can help in any kind of way to give you a platform, to get your word out, to get your business out, to say what you need to say, to do what you need to do, I'm going to give you that opportunity because I'm not about that life. I'm about each one help one. You understand? Each one help one, because that's the only way we are going to go forward. That's the only way God is going to bless what we're doing and allow everything to manifest. And who knows, once this let up and everything is back, a lot of people that came on my show, you guys, we all going to be on the platform. We all going to be talking. Treya, you better get ready. Because we all going to be doing some great things together. And I just love everybody. Again, can y'all put Humble information down there? Humble, I'm going to be calling you guys. Put the information down there because I got like 3 t-shirts. Sweatshirts already ordered for them. If you want a sweatshirt, t-shirts, they got so much. Go to their website, purchase some of their merchandise for them. I love it. Go to their website, you go. And
they also custom, so you might want to talk to them. They also have some custom things that they'll do.
Awesome.
And also, Treya, remember, your gift is in your healing. We're gonna have Treya on in November.
Yes.
I can't remember which one, but we'll announce it ahead of time. She is an amazing life coach. You've got to check her out. Like, go to her Instagram now. She's doing 30 days of gratitude.
Yes.
It is phenomenal. So go there. She's also going to drop her book. It's a 21-day journaling challenge. She already has another journal out. You got to check her out. She's coming from a real perspective. She's not one of those people at all.
Yes.
It's real, so definitely check her out. You got Humbled Life. It's up there. Humbled Life is up there. Treya is at your gift is in your healing.
Yes.
Please check her out. And my sis is being very modest, but in a matter of weeks, probably maybe 2 months or weeks, her next magazine will drop. So look for that as well.
Look for my Christmas issue, you guys. Yes.
There you go. I'm expecting my Christmas magazine to come out.
Yes.
And all of you that want to take out an ad, please, please, please contact us so that we can get you into the magazine so that you can also reach avenues that you may not reach now.
Yes, and I want my sister to also know that I've been getting a lot of inboxes. People want us to come visit them. So we got Pennsylvania to stop by, we got North Carolina, but those cities are hot. You understand? Yeah. Right now, we're going to wait till things get down because we're not doing all that right now. But I have so many people that's inboxing us wanted to come to their town. So we're going to be doing things that are outside venues or something that is private, that we're inside something. And the people are able to hear us from under. We're going to try to fix something out, whether it's a tent kind of thing or whatever, where we're in our own tent and then they're in. But we're going to try to figure something out because we don't want the people to wait too long. You know, yes. But you know, they're asking for us. They want us to come in their hometown. They want us to. They want to be able to, you know, talk to us, and we have something live out and about. So all of you guys, I just want to thank you all. We are doing great things. We are doing good things, and excuse me, to God be the glory. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully by the end of the night, we'll know who our president is. Because right now, everybody's counting down. But do yourself a favor and go get you some Starbucks. All you Starbucks lovers. Starbucks is open tonight. I got 3 new cups just for my points. I had 1,600 points. The Christmas cups are out. Listen, I'm going to send you a picture, and actually I'm stopping by it in the morning before we get to our meeting. So I can let you know which ones you need to grab for me. Yes. So anybody, anytime you guys want to drop by Starbucks, take a picture, upload it, send it to me. I'll post it on my page. I'm a Starbucks lover. Actually, Starbucks need to give me some free coffee because I'm always pushing them. I'm a pusher for Starbucks, y'all. I'm going to be the face of Starbucks. And let me go talk to some people. But anyways, y'all, it's our time. We went over our time. We love you all so very much. Yes, we do. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. Prank call somebody tonight, tomorrow, on the weekend. Let them know that you love them because everybody needs some love. We are out. This has been Randomly Speaking. We love y'all. We out. See you on Friday. Bye, everybody.